some way to putting his side in great position. Roman Mazumdar has had 200 runs under his belt in the 8 innings he's played so far. And there we go. He'll just drop the first ball. Chance for a run out. And an eventful start to the game. A minor scare for the Nicosia Tigers. If that one hit, I think Mazumdar might have been in trouble. Let's take a look at this one. He's gone. He's absolutely gone if that's a direct hit. This time he goes a bit too full. This will be hit over the fielder, and it takes a great bit of fielding by Chamal Sadoon to ensure that isn't a boundary. But they're still going to run back for more runs, the Sri Lankan Lions, and there's been a few run-out opportunities presented in this over. Here's Jayakody. Oh, this one could be an LBW. Is it going on to hit the wickets? It's been given. And Jayakody once again getting that ball to just straighten. It goes on. And Mazumdar was playing it for the off break for 18 in the 7 balls he bowled in the second game. And this one is popped up by Jaman. That's a nice ball to hit. And after all those struggles a few nights ago against the Black Caps, he follows it up. This one's a bit too wide. It'll be struck away for 4. Or will it? Yes, it will. Just trickles over the boundary rope. In comes Kamal Reyes to bowl this next delivery. This one's taken a... Don't think that was hit as cleanly as Jaman would have liked, but with that big bat he's using. In comes Jayakody. This time it goes a bit too full, and Jaman will use that power to hit it for a 6. That's the second one that he's deposited over the boundary rope. So Iftikhar Jaman looking absolutely menacing to start this innings. In he comes. This time goes to probably toss it up a bit too much as well. And Jayakody will happily latch onto that one and club another boundary. As this one's struck in the air, has it gone far enough? Or is this going to be a catching opportunity? It's very, very well taken by Chamal Sadoon. He doesn't put those down. Doesn't matter how difficult they are. That one went really high up in the air, and he's taken an absolutely vital catch in the context of this innings. Great batsman. And a very good bowler as well. This one's popped up in the air. Chance to take it. Has it been taken? It certainly has, and that's another wicket for the Sri Lankan Lions. It looks like it might be Jayakody who's grabbed that one. And all of a sudden, after that Iftikhar Jaman wicket, in comes Sadoon. This one goes up in the air. It's popped up in the air. BLCS Kumar is coming underneath it. Will he take it? He certainly will. And wickets are tumbling for the Nicosia Tigers. The Sri Lankan Lions have pounced on them. And right now it's the Lions winning the battle of the big cats. As wickets are absolutely collapsing in a heap for them. Take a look at this one. Nearest Tiwari pops one up. And that's a good chase by BLCS Kumar, and he gets underneath it well. Man, it's a bit of a surprise that he's been batting this low. And now they picked out the gap they finally have in a boundary. This one's up in the air. It's going to go to that person at third man. It's Liange, and Liange puts it down. And Chamal Sadoon has had some very good bowling figures. This one takes an edge. And unfortunately for him, come in to bowl this final ball. He goes towards over very quickly. This one's struck by Albid Ali. It's a bit uppish, and will it go for a boundary? It will. Certainly be great for the sport as this one goes up in the air, and it's a 6. Excellent hit by Bilal Hussain. And it's been a long wait for a 6 for the Nicosia Tigers. They haven't seen one since Iftikhar Jaman was batting. And this one is right in the slot, right there for him, and they can go big here, the Nicosia Tigers, to round things out. Could potentially get to something like 105, and that's a bit of good fortune for the Tigers. That one took an inside edge, and when it rains, it pours. The misery compounds for Deniwan Pratana. Saw a catch put down, and now an inside edge going for a boundary. This one struck. This one struck cleanly. Don't worry about this one being a 6. It's gone a long way. That's a massive 6. One of the biggest ones we've seen tonight. And Bilal Hussain has joined the party. How well has he struck this one? In comes Pratana. This one struck square of the wicket. But it's taken. Excellent work. And that's Kamal. That's Roshan Sirwardena by the looks of it who's taken it. It's an excellently taken catch. That was struck really hard. And Abid Ali gets off to these nice little starts, isn't able to convert it into much of an innings. This one's very well struck. Is it going to go over the fielder's head? You bet! That's another 6. And Bilal Hussain is turning this match into a nightmare for the Sri Lankan Lions. Things are going so smoothly for them, and then this man found his groove, and it's going to take some chasing for the Sri Lankan Lions. This one goes high up in the air. Will it go to the fielder? It certainly will, and that's a good catch. Sachitra Thuranga, a safe pair of hands, won't put down a catch for a second time. But Bilal Hussain has made an impact. He's made a huge impact. And just like against the Muflons, the top 2 scorers, haven't seen much of them. And this one's popped up in the air. Is it going to go the distance? It takes one bounce, and it's a boundary, so gets that big boundary, and can he play down the ground? And they're going to push for 2. Hassan rushing to be on strike, and is this a run out? No, it isn't. He's in, just about makes it in on time, and well, we would have wondered for a second if they would have wanted Anwar Hussain to be on strike for the last ball. The dangerous hitter, but well, Jahid Hassan, you certainly wouldn't doubt him from hitting that big shot. Defeats the whole purpose of grounding the bat, as this one's well struck by Jahid Hassan, and it goes straight to the fielder. That's very well taken by Sachitra Thuranga. It was absolutely belted towards him, and he takes it after a bit of a juggle. Good catch. Siriwarden has been backed up very well by his teammate there, Thuranga. And this one, bit of a juggle, but that one was really traveling at the speed of knots at him. And he's done a good one to take hold of it, but a nice target set by the Nicosia Tigers for the Sri Lankan Lions. It's a good score, and it's going to take some chasing for the Sri Lankan Lions. A very competitive score that should make excellent viewing. One man, a deep mid-wicket. Not what you can typically see in Cyprus. You normally see a long off and a long on. Maybe a long on the cow corner, but that doesn't matter. As Aminul comes into ball, a nice ball, shapes it away. Took some pace off it as well. He's got that wonderful slingshot action. There's a rivalry just bubbling between those two sides. And this one's up in the air. Hasn't gone the distance. Faisal Mia, the captain, is underneath it, and he takes a massive tumble and puts it down. And Liange will just run across for a couple of runs. This one's struck up by Liange. Is there a catching opportunity here? No, there isn't. And in the end, oh, that's just taken an awful break off the surface. And Neeraj Tiwari, who's normally an exceptional fielder, couldn't do much there. Take a look at this one. Well, this one's taken an edge. It's going to the fielder, and it's snaffled up this time. It's Shakawat Hussain who takes it. Well, he never looked comfortable out there, Liange, to start proceedings, and Tomal Aminul certainly deserved that wicket. In comes Jaman. This ball's not cleanly struck by Sadoun, but it goes underneath the fielder, and it's a boundary. The last 2 games the Nicosia Tigers will play during the group part of play, as this one is struck straight to the fielder, and that is a brilliant catch by Jahid Hassan. And Shamal Sadoun, who we saw bat spectacularly well a few nights ago against the Black Caps, departs having made just 6 runs. This one's struck by BLCS Kumar. Doesn't have enough distance to go for a 6. No, it doesn't. It's gone straight to Tomal Aminul, and Kumar won't be dropped for a second time. We had a perfect vantage point for that catch. Aminul taking it right in front of the commentary tent. And then he tiptoes. And this one is struck hard. Think this will be a boundary, and the boundary drought is finally over. In tiptoes, Faisal Mia just helps this one over fine leg. Goes across the stumps, and this one is high. Has it got the distance to go for a 6? It certainly has. It lands at the base of those floodlights, and that's the first 6 of the innings. It's been a long wait for the Sri Lankan Lions. They've had to wait till the second half of the innings. Mistake. It's the worst feeling in the world to let down your bowler, as this one takes a bottom edge and goes onto the stumps. And a good bit of fortune for Neeraj Tiwari. Had some misfortune on that misfield. In comes Jahid Hassan, and is that one taken? It certainly is. Took a bit of a juggle for Jahid Hassan, but he just popped that one right back to Pathirana. For a moment, you were wondering whether it was a bump ball, but it certainly wasn't. Victory here will secure the Nicosia Tigers a place in that second spot for now, and that one's a very, very good 6, and so this one struck well as well. Is this going to go for a boundary? It just races past Tomalamino, so a nice flurry here. And in he comes for the final ball that's over. This one struck cleanly. No question, that one's a 6. It's deposited way beyond the fence, and that is a massive 6. What an introduction to the innings for Jayakody. Goes bang, bang, bang. In Jaman comes. This is a big 6. I think this has gone the distance, or has it? No, it hasn't. It's put down by Neeraj Tiwari, a rare drop. And is that going to be a let-off, or are there just too many runs already? In comes Amino for the second delivery. 24 needed from 5. This one has popped up in the air. There's no way this is going to be a boundary. It could be a catching opportunity. Jaman puts it down. This is the first one. This one's popped up in the air. It's on the distance. So the drama continues in Cyprus of tonight's doubleheader as we see the last ball of this game. Jayakody just plays it away, and that will get him a run. Excellent inning for Jayakody, but it was all in vain as the task was simply too steep for the Nicosia Tigers, who will take this major win for their side. And they are mighty pleased with themselves, those Nicosia Tigers. They held their nerve at the end when Jayakody was going, but they just didn't bowl as well as they typically do, the Sri Lankan Lions, and they didn't get the start they are accustomed to from the top of the order.